Well, I think Moscow's got a great opportunity as a potential financial centre. At the moment, I think at the end of last year, the capitalisation of companies listed at MySex was about 950 billion, which is sort of 15th, 16th in the world in terms of the rankings. And I think with the announcement of the merger or the acquisition by MySex of the RTS, I think Russia is consolidating its exchanges situation, which I think is very positive. And I thought it was quite interesting that the president of MySex said it would allow Russia to have a trading platform from which it could then further grow, almost as if they've forgotten the fact that they have grown very dramatically. And I think with the consolidation of exchanges in other parts of the world, I think the merger is a very sensible move to actually position Russia to be well positioned in that network of exchanges around the world. And with the size and scale of Russian companies, the scale of the infrastructure financing needed, I think Russia's got a very credible future as a financial centre.
Well, I was very interested that Daphne Kepler-Sakatian started off by saying retail, because I think there's an awful lot that could be done in retail. There are far too few recognisable Russian brands at the moment, I mean particularly on the export market. If you go into a British supermarket, the only Russian brand you're likely to see is Russian standard vodka. Now that happens to be very good vodka, but that's what everyone knows Russia does. Russia can make other things as well. One of our panellists mentioned the company Dalziel, which makes luxury ladies' lingerie. They actually opened a couple of shops in the UK, but suffered from the recession and had to close them. But that's the sort of thing. Russia can actually make things that Russia may not be known for. And so what I would love to see is actually the development of that, the retail sector.
Well, that's a hard one. I mean, I'm a natural sort of advocate of Russia, as you would have gathered from my presentation. But my view would be that I think Russia offers still very great returns, for the simple reason there's many new companies that will need to come to market. And I think that there is an asset bubble in various different parts of the world. But Russia, I think, represents long-term opportunity. And I would hope that some of that will be evident over the coming 12 months.
I think what we often need to do is just stop and take stock. It's 20 years ago at the end of this year, since the collapse of the Soviet Union. If we look at the strides that have been made in that 20 years is not a long period in terms of human development, but the strides that have been made, the advances that have been made, show that Russia really is an exciting place to do business, and it can only get better. It is not the country of the Wild East as it was just after the collapse of the Soviet Union. It is a country where you can do honest business. There's a lot of talk about corruption, and everyone on the panel said, you don't give bribes nowadays, you don't have to. So I think that that whole business climate has changed, and it's a very exciting time to get involved in Russia.